So, Endasubo Losholang, welcome back again. This is the episode 2 for thank you for 1,000 subscribers. We are still at GMC, like I told you. Nimepanda mlima, ndio nimefika. I'm sure you have not even been here, so tuko na mlima GMC. You should come and check it out. So yeah, karibu. Well, we've faced a lot of challenges on our way to the journey to 1,000 subscribers. First main one was getting the subscribers.
You know, in our minds we were like, by the way, once you just post this, that's it. YouTube will actually show this video to every person. And then there's this notion that, wazungu wanapenda, African culture, so we'll have even 100,000 subscribers by the end of the month. Ho, wapi.
Well, you might have really good content and still lack subscribers or viewers. So for us, after our first teaser, the teaser that we did, we were stuck at around 23 subscribers.
But we said, no, let's do another video.
So when we did the second video, the Masai Moran, that was a really big moment for us. You know, for me, it took me somewhere from around 23 subscribers to 230 something. It was around 232. Yeah, so for me that was a big margin. I was so excited, you know. So I kind of found out now you can just take the link, send it to WhatsApp groups and everything. So for us, 0 to 23 was a hassle.
So I remember in terms of subscription, I was subscriber number 1. That one I'll always be proud of. I was subscriber number 1, and I think that will remain in the history of Kaulele as me being subscriber number 1. I'm
a married woman. I have 4 kids. It was also around the long holiday season, and I was really busy. You know, I'm a baker by profession. I have a shop that I'm running. Alafu sasa ndo in Kaulele TV. So for me, I would listen to my kids, and my kids would be like, hey mom, you no longer spend time with us, you're always busy, you're doing shoots, if you're not shooting, you're scripting and doing research, you're on your laptop, nini. Me, I had that particular challenge with my kids. Eventually they came and understood. My eldest, who's in days, that was like, I think had something to do with making them realize that mommy has to do something now, mommy has to build something. And yeah, so they kind of came to understand. Then there was my husband. By the way, me sitting and then, you know, deciding this is something I want to follow. I'm hardworking and everything, but you know, coming to tell someone that I'll be doing something that will be taking a lot of time from me and it will not pay until I'm at 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Ilihitaji tu neema, you know. So I started slowly. I didn't go at day 1 and just told him I need to do this. But he's such a quiet guy, and for him, he didn't understand why I would want to do something that doesn't pay me instantly, you know. But after some time, I spoke to him and he understood. He understood it's something I want to try. And he supported me, by the way. He was okay. Sawa, you go try, but let it not be like where 100% of your focus is, you know. So husband akakubali. So then there was now the shop and the cake shop, you know, because, well, I still have to work. I still have to bake. I've not really employed someone for that, so it's just me. So I would sometimes do my research late at night. I'm doing my research, there's a cake in the oven, there's me, you know, juggling the script. Well, yeah, but eventually I came to know how to balance my time. So yeah, my kids were really good support and husband was really good support.
The host of this particular channel is a lady. And it's been quite a long time before I worked with a lady, like, you know, all the time. So I kind of had I was 50-50 about, doing it, and, hiding behind the fact that we are doing this with a lady. So there was a time, I think for the first 2 months, I never mentioned this to my wife. Because I was like, hey, if I mention this thing to my wife, she'll be like, you guys stop it. And so I wanted us to build the momentum first. Then once the momentum is there, then I can just mention and say, by the way, this and this is what is happening. So it took, I think, 2 months before, after we started, it took 2 months before I told my wife, by the way, there's this channel we've started, go and subscribe, what. But I think she knew because I used to post videos on my status. I used to post the link to my videos on my status, and I would see she read. But I don't think she thought we were doing it. Maybe she thought it was just one of the businesses that I do. So yeah, there were challenges with regards to family. I expected maybe there would be some opposition to that. But after the 2 months, I told her, and she was like, it's okay. You should have even told me kitambo. I would have supported this thing kutoka kitambo.
Some of the challenges I faced working as an editor under Nkawile TV was because at first I do web development, yeah. So finding the balance between editing and working on projects, that was a bit challenging. So what I did was split up my time. Say in the morning I'll do web development, and then in the afternoon I'll focus on editing.
There was also work challenge because Nkawile is not the main thing that I actually do. We run a digital marketing agency that focuses on developing websites, doing search engine optimization for already developed websites, and the technical stuff that comes with that. So it was kind of a challenge because now we have to balance. For those people who've been in the story of YouTube, especially if you're starting, you need a lot of consistency. So you have to keep shooting, you have to come up with ideas and all that. So there was also a challenge in terms of balancing what the main thing is supposed to be vis-a-vis Nkawile. But now at the back of my mind, I had the notion, I had this feeling that at some point Nkawile is going to be one of our main businesses that we do. So I had to just keep doing it and trusting that the balance would actually take shape.
0 to 1,000 subscribers does not pay. You can even have 2,000 subscribers and maybe 1,000 watch hours, still no pay. You get? So kabla ufike hapo, you need to have planned well. So me personally, I had challenges financially because one, I call someone, we need to meet, nini, so we panga. I have to fuel my own car. I have to, whatever I'll eat, drink, whatever I have to pay. Manze finances play a major role here, and we kind of had to stop doing so much so that we put some focus on the whatever we are doing right now. And yeah, it was hard because not everyone right now actually might be watching me and you're thinking, come on, YouTube pays. It doesn't really pay instantly.
Anybody who started a YouTube channel will tell you that you don't get monetized immediately. They've set a threshold, so you have to at least get 1,000 subscribers, and in terms of viewership you must get at least 4,000 watch hours, and that is not a walk in the park. Most people think, hey, people will watch your videos and you'll get 4,000 watch hours, or people will subscribe. Some people have even taken a whole year to just get to 1,000 subscribers.
You have to do a lot, so you have to have that pocket set aside, that will be helping you out.
Now there is also another challenge with regards to partners. As you're trying to get to that point where you're monetized, of course there are people who will come to you and ask you to collaborate with them in terms of pushing their products or their brand. Now that was also a challenge in that there are people who come to you, they want you to push their brand or a certain product, but they don't want to pay for that. They feel like by them showcasing their product on your channel is like they're doing a favor to you. So there was that issue of trying to explain and balance, when you're coming to us to showcase a certain product. Of course, we've invested our efforts in this. You need to also, cough up, kidogo money with regards to this. So there was also a challenge of, partnerships. Or there are people who come, yes, they're willing to pay, But now when it comes to that point where they're now supposed to pay, they kind of you know, so we actually learned a lot, because there are ads that we placed that were not paid for because somebody said they're gonna pay. So by the time we uploaded that video, it already had that ad, right? But this is life, you learn through that. So at least now we know, you guys, somebody has to pay before, you know. Yeah, but I think it was the excitement at first, you know, having somebody coming and saying, hey, we want you to place this. But yeah.
So you'd call someone and they're like, who are you? What's your channel about? Uko na subscribers wangapi? You know, like, tell me who you are. I need to know if you're known so that we can sit and have that conversation. Alafu, there are those that would, you know, we plan, we agree, we are meeting. Inakuwa, maybe it's on Tuesday. You've already booked location, you've planned everything, and then that particular morning they call you and ask you, now that I'm coming, how much are you paying me for me to do this interview? Yeah, so sometimes you end up canceling, you know, stuff like that. So it was not easy, you know, with the interviewees, especially because we didn't have that much numbers, you know, kwa subscribers. So ukisema Nkaulele TV, they're like, Nkaulele who? You know? So yeah, that's a challenge I had mainly with the interviewers, because I was calling them personally and then asking for all that. And yeah, and then also because most of the interviews that we've had previously, they're busy people. So unapata, if your interview was supposed to go for like an hour, maybe in between 15 minutes was scared, they have to go because, you know, job and everything.
We also had another challenge with regards to shooting. This is not what we learned in school, you know, like shooting and all that. It's something that we've learned on the job. So at first, as I've said, even with regards to the Nkaulele teaser, so we didn't even know, like, if you shoot in a portrait, YouTube itachukua that video in a, you know. So we've tried to learn on the job. And actually most people who've seen most of our latest videos always think we are professional, like we've studied this professionally in school. But to be honest, nobody here, maybe just our host is the one who's done this in school. But every other person here has learned on the job. There's YouTube itself where you can actually just go and, yeah. And then there's a guy called Sonyanga. By the way, go and watch that interview between Sonyanga and Kaulele. We did the collaboration video with Sonyanga. Hey, this guy came with equipment banner. And then us at that time, we had only one camera. Even the tripod itself was not our tripod was like we started with a ring light tripod. This guy had, I think, 3 bags, and all of these bags had, you know, like cameras, equipment. So he had one camera that is called the main camera. He had another camera that he took from, I think, he actually measured, I think it's 30 degrees or 45 degrees from the main one. I had not even known such things, that there's an angle you have to measure for you to place the second camera, to do what. And then he had another third one for just moving around the whole scene. And, you know, I'm sure for you know, of course akwa na ile slider, because you know mostly ukiangalia movies wanatumia the slider, but now he was doing it manually with, you know, the person who was helping him shoot. But it kind of opened my eyes in such a way that I learned that for you to do this you need A, B, C, and D. You need this type of camera. He actually even showed me how to set up, you know, the settings for camera. Initially we started with auto, like the way you can do auto settings and all that. Then he actually showed me that manual is better if you know how to set. So there are so many things we had as a challenge with regards to shooting that we came to learn through people that we've interacted with while shooting. So yeah, Sonyanga, wherever you are, thanks a lot.
The first teaser that we did using the phone. It was a bit hard because I was at such a place. I was somewhere kulikuwa na upepo and everything. We didn't have a microphone, and then it was just one angle. It was a bit hard, but we got the first camera. Now when we got the first camera, we were so excited, you know, like we could use the camera and the phone. So kulikuwa, you know, still it did not get us what we wanted. Our editor, you know, the ideas that he was giving us for better and everything, but hatukuwa tumefika. So we had those challenges na equipment, mambo na, you know, the stand. I remember my producer, he had a lot of work because he has to keep moving with the camera. Sometimes you're tired, the interview might take long. Maybe me, the host, has not, you know, crammed everything. So we have to cut all the time. Memory cards zimejaa, batteries zimedie, you know. Equipment ilitusumbua, but we thank God we've come from far.
My low moments was, number one was, you know, getting interviewees. Guys come and ask you, how many subscribers do you have? How many what, where are you shooting this from? So they kind of down, you know, they downplay the whole aspect of your channel when you tell them it's a YouTube channel. Young people would understand because they know the power of YouTube. But the people we're interviewing were not that young. There are people who are used to TVs, physical, these wall TVs, you know, where you have to be in KTN, NTV or Citizen, those, you know, mainstream media. So we kind of, some people actually ignored our request just because we were not mainstream media. But later on they called us after they've seen the growth. That I'm talking of between 0 and 100 when we were asking for interviews. But now when we got it, they actually came back to our channel and saw that we are slightly over 500 subscribers. They started asking us, hey, by the way, can you guys come? And this is the same thing with regards to location. We used to call hotels and, you know, food places, and even, you know, events. They're called what? Gardens. They're called gardens or what? You know, just to give us a venue to shoot. Hey, it was really crazy because guys were like, how many subscribers? You have to pay. You have to pay. You have to pay. So for those people who are starting your channels and thinking that you'll get location for free, my friend, it will be I don't know, itakuwa shida sana, because most people don't know you, and I don't blame them because they don't know you. But also they don't understand that this video you're shooting might be that one video that goes viral, and you're shooting from their place and you mention their place. So they don't know how. I wouldn't blame them, but at the same time I kind of feel like that was free marketing to those people. Because if you look at one of the videos where we're denied a location by one of the, I can't mention which, we went and got an alternative who were very responsive, and from that we got very good feedback in terms of, you know, people requesting for bookings and all that. So I kind of feel like these other places lost that, because the requisitions that could come through, that actually came through for these other place would have actually gone there.
The other challenge was on the part of editing. After they did the recording, everything, and then they bring to me to edit, there was some parts where the clips were not recorded properly. So you find that the clips were supposed to be recorded in a landscape, but what they brought was in portrait mode. So trying to edit it under portrait and somewhere under landscape was going to bring a lot of issues when you upload it to YouTube, because when you upload it on YouTube, you find that when you do it in portrait, yeah, you find there are a lot of black screen on the side, and then when you try to stretch the portrait to try to bring it to landscape, the video will be like to lose quality of the video, so it will become a lot of blurriness. So that was the first challenge we had starting as Kaulele. The second challenge was on sound. There was a lot of interference with sound because they were doing the shoots without the microphone, without those equipments. So it was just the raw sound which you had. So there was wind, there was birds. Some places you hear birds. Yeah.
Well, there's this day in particular, I was calling an interviewee. We do a shoot together. And then on phone, he's a friend. So on phone, he tells me, uko nje, you know, there's this and this being said about your channel. There are specific people you will bring and those that you won't, nini. That thing brought me down. That was the first negative I've heard about Kaulele TV Kenya. And then I sat and I'm looking, because when we were doing the vision and plans for the future and everything, we wanted to start somewhere. By the way, let me tell you guys, if you want to be a content creator, you want to be a YouTuber, you have to start somewhere. You cannot be all over. You have to have, you know, a starting point. So for us, the starting point is how we started, you know. But if you go back to our channel right now, you realize I've covered so much more. But now I had to have that landing kwanza. I had to start from somewhere. So that kind of put me down kidogo. But in the long run, kind of made me also have an awakening moment, because now it kind of told me, now you need to move to this, you need to move to this, you know. As we were doing the shoot for Truth or Dare, by the way, for those that have not watched, link iko hapo juu, go watch it. So immediately we were done with that shoot. It was fun. It was one of those, you know, scripts where I'm relaxing moments. It was not with so much tension. If you watched, then you have seen me take eggs, raw eggs. That was our challenge. We didn't do with alcohol, you know, the way people normally do it. So we did it differently. We did it with raw eggs. So immediately we were done. Next day, I started feeling funny. I didn't even attach my whatever feeling to the eggs. And, you know, there's a place where nililamba kiatu. I was there. So I didn't attach. Nilijua, something is up, you know, I'm just sick or something. So after 2 days, zilinilipukia, my people. I was literally admitted to hospital. I went to hospital. My pressure was skyrocketing. It was high. I had headaches. I was nauseated, food poisoning, and everything. It was a combination of so many things. But it took a while, you know, before the doctors ascertained what it was. So I was admitted for a whole week, hospital, injections, madawa, and then eventually, yeah, it was all that, you know, the raw eggs, nini. For me, that was a really, really low moment, because I could not be home with my kids. I could not do the shoot. I could not script. I could not research. I was under so, you know, like high doses of painkillers. By then, I was taking very high doses of painkillers because I was in pain. And it was really a low moment for me. Everything stopped. I stopped everything, you know. For me, it was hard. It was a low moment. And I could just calculate, you know, the days I'm spending in that hospital bed, what I was told and all that. Yeah. But yeah, it went well. At least I got to learn you cannot be taking raw eggs like that. Don't try that at home, by the way. Yeah. The other low moment I had with the Luya script. By the way, those that have not also watched it, and check the origin of the Luya nation. It was low for me. I could not grasp the whole script. It was a bit tough. And I knew it had to be done, but ilinimes. By the way, it was not easy. But finally, when I did it, by the way, it just turned out perfectly well. All I needed apparently was to relax and, you know, internalize everything. So yeah, it was a low moment, but also an aha moment for me as well. This is episode 2, tumemaliza. In case you've not watched episode 1, by the way, don't start here, it starts up there. So the link iko tu hapo, go watch episode 1, ndio ufuatanishe na episode 2. Here at GMC Hill, I've enjoyed myself here. By the way, sasa nawapeleka somewhere else. GMC, they are still expanding, they're still growing. Episode 1 has been shot at their conference room. They're still building a new one, a bigger one and a new one. And then nimewaleta hapa kwa Hill, mlima GMC ndio hii. So we are done, and now I want to take you somewhere fun kidogo. So tuendanishe. So do not forget, by the way, to watch ya kwanza, ya pili, then we continue like that. And then kwa wale ambao bado mnashindwa what this is all about, we are trying to thank you guys for the 1,000 subscribers. Thank you for those that have subscribed. And if in case you haven't, don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification button. Until next episode, tuende kazi.